entire world to be in outrage and speak up against it, because we cannot have no change. One voice is not enough. We have to speak in one collective voice against stop and frisk, against mass incarceration, and we got to make change, and it's got to be big change, and it's not going to happen today, but it's eventually going to happen. And we are here today to mobilize people to say this Trayvon Martin situation could happen to you if it hasn't happened already. And you have to get involved. You can't sit back and wait for somebody else to do it, because they'll keep on. The repression is coming, and it's coming strong.
And that information is found right here on my website. Between your names.
Thank you, my friend. Stay, Yes, they are. They're not here yet. They will be here. Okay, I need to speak to this brother who's in charge of media. Talk to him.
One year since the murder of Trayvon Martin. 1 year since a self-styled vigilante, wannabe cop named George Zimmerman saw Trayvon's black skin and hoodie and decided he must be up to no good. 1 year since Zimmerman gunned Trayvon down. 1 year since the cops in Sanford, Florida found Zimmerman standing over Trayvon's dead body and walked him into the police station and out of the police station, letting the killer go free, and still no justice. The struggle for justice for Trayvon Martin is at a critical juncture. That is why we are out here today. We are out here today to say very clearly, we are all still Trayvon. Take to the streets, wear hoodies, and show your outrage. This struggle is at a critical juncture because right now, they're doing everything possible to let George Zimmerman walk free. They're doing everything possible to continue to give a green light to the murder of black and Latino youth at the hands of racist vigilantes, at the hands of these police. They're doing everything possible under Florida Stand Your Ground law, issuing a subpoena for the Facebook page of Trayvon Martin's girlfriend. They're trying to bring out, oh, Trayvon got suspended from school. Oh, Trayvon got in trouble for putting up graffiti. This doesn't have a goddamn thing to the fact that George Zimmerman murdered Trayvon Martin.
That's right.
If George Zimmerman had done what the dispatcher told him, which was to keep his goddamn ass in his SUV, Trayvon Martin would be alive today. This was cold-blooded murder. And across the country, people have answered the call for a day of outrage, to wear their hoodies, to say, no more, no more, no more, no more, no more, no more, no more.
Ok, hoy estamos aquí para acordarle a todo aquello que George Zimmerman mató a Trayvon Martin en un día como hoy, y tenemos que dejar saber que estamos cansados y no vamos a resistir esto más. Necesitamos nosotros salir a la calle y decirle al gobierno, no más, no más,
No más.
no más,
No más.
no más, no más, no más, no más.
No más.
west on 14th, up 5th Avenue to 23rd, over to Broadway and back down here. Then at 6 o'clock, there's going to be a vigil with Trayvon Martin's parents and their attorneys here at Union Square. But we also want to be here today, as I was saying earlier, to show our outrage, to say that we do not accept the way that our youth, our black and Latino youth, are being criminalized, demonized, crosshairs put on their backs for whether it's a racist vigilante like George Zimmerman or these police who've killed Sean Bell, Reynaldo Cuevas, Noel Polanco, Ramarley Graham, and on and on and on.
And on and on.
Now, I want to bring up Oscar Grant, yes. And we have some parents here today who want to speak. Some parents who've lost their loved ones to the NYPD, who want to share their feelings, who want to tell us why they're out here today. And I want to introduce Nicholas Hayward, whose son was murdered age 13 by the Housing Authority police.
In his own building.
Thank you. And justice for all victims who were murdered by NYPD. My son was murdered 18 years ago. He was a 13-year-old honor student, murdered in Brooklyn, New York. Now, for the last 18 years, I've been doing protests and rallies. I appealed to elected officials, wrote letters, been to their office, and things of that nature, trying to get justice. And I tell you, the only way that Trayvon or any of these victims are going to get justice is going to come from the people. We need to really organize ourselves, join a group, become involved, because this right here is not going to stop by appealing to elected officials or waiting on the government to really do something. If the people unite and stand together as one, we can put an end to this. The government is not hearing us. We got to come out and make a lot of noise. I tell you, I've been rallying with so many parents. I mean, I am really sick of this. This right here, I mean, it's a year now since Trayvon's been murdered, and we ain't getting no justice.
Nope.
Justice is Zimmerman to go to jail, nothing less is justice. So with that, I just want to say, you know, I'm honored to be out here in support of Trayvon Martin and all the victims. And keep up the fight, keep up the struggle. I mean, because that's the only way it's going to happen, with us uniting. Thank you.
God bless you, brother.
Network. Why? Because the United States has more than 2.4 million people in prison, more than any other country in the world. And that doesn't count the 400,000 immigrants who are held in detention centers throughout the course of the year. More than 6 of those imprisoned are black or Latino. 1 in 8 black men between the ages of 18 and 29 are in custody of the criminal injustice system. Blacks and whites use illegal drugs at about the same rate, but black people are 10 times more likely to be in prison for illegal drug use. Women are the fastest growing section of the prison population. Tens of thousands of people are held in solitary confinement in prisons across the country. They face conditions that fit the international definitions of torture. In New York City, close to 2,000 people a day, mainly black and Latino youth, are stopped and frisked. 90% of them for doing nothing wrong. This is a national outrage. This is an international outrage. It must stop. And the Stop Mass Incarceration Network has brought together people to say no more. No more filling up the prisons with our black and Latino youth. No more this so-called war on drugs, which is really a war on the people. No more of a slow genocide, because that's what it is. It is a slow genocide that could quickly become a fast genocide.
Say that the NYPD is pulling our sound system.
The NYPD is right now trying to pull our sound system. They don't want people out here saying no more. They don't want people lifting their voice to the murder of Trayvon Martin, to to the murder of Ramarley Graham, to the murder of Trayvon Martin, to the murder of Reynaldo Cuevas. No more. 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 Let me ask a question. Let me ask a question. Do we have permission from all of you to use this sound system?
We can. Hands up! 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 Let the people speak! 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 You can speak all you want. Let the people speak! Right! Let the people speak! We don't need a mic! We don't need a mic!
Yes, we do! Yes, we do! Yes, we do!
Permit in a park to have we have the people's permission. That is our permit.
You have the First Amendment right. You don't need no permit. You have the First Amendment right.
There you go.
Freedom of speech. We don't need no permit. It's all right.
Mic check! Mic check! Mic check! Mic check! They tell us we don't have a permit. We don't have a permit. Do we have to have a permit? No! A permit to say we are outraged by the murder of Trayvon Martin? No! Do we need a permit to say no more? No! Do we need a permit to come out and wear our hoodies? No! Do we need a permit to raise our voice? No! What the fuck?
What the fuck?
What are they doing here?
What are they doing here?
They're like Gestapo. That's what
called the
Gestapo
fucking
does.
Gestapo.
NYPD Gestapo.
NYPD, time to go.
NYPD,
time to go.
Without a permit.
When I was a victim and I had 57 stitches across my face. Mic check! Mic check! We are all still Trayvon.
We are all still Trayvon.
Take to the streets.
Take to the streets.
Wear hoodies.
Wear hoodies.
Show your outrage.
Show your outrage.
Where was the goddamn NYPD?
Where was the goddamn NYPD?
Asking for a permit.
Asking for a permit.
When the pigs killed Ramarley Graham. Where was the goddamn NYPD?
Where was the goddamn NYPD?
When the pigs killed Sean Bell. Where was the goddamn NYPD?
Where was the goddamn NYPD?
When the pigs killed Reynaldo Cuevas. How come the only time they ask for a permit is when the people raise their voice? Where the fuck are they? When they're pigs are killing our children. We say no more. We say no more. We say no more. They tell us this is a goddamn democracy. We can see their democracy at work. When they let the killer of Trayvon Martin walk in the front door and walk out the back door of the police station. We can see their democracy. When they let the murderers of Sean Bell get a slap slap on the wrist.
Get a slap on the wrist.
We can see the democracy.
We can see the democracy.
When the pigs applauded.
When the pigs applauded.
The murder of Ramarley Graham.
The murder of Ramarley Graham.
Walk out of the courtroom.
Walk out of the courtroom.
But yet when we raised our voice, they send them out here in force.
They send them out here in force.
Just like they did.
Just like they did.
To occupy.
To occupy.
Don't tell me this shit.
Don't tell me this shit.
That we are free.
That we are free.
This ain't freedom.
This ain't freedom.
This is slavery.
This is slavery.
We say no more.
We say no more.
We say no more.
We say no more.
We refuse.
We refuse
to be silent.
to be silent.
We refuse.
We refuse
to shut our mouths.
to shut our mouths.
We refuse to be silent.
We refuse to be silent.
We do not accept
We do not accept
the murder of Trayvon Martin.
the murder of Trayvon Martin.
We do not accept
We do not accept
the Florida Stand Your Ground law,
the Florida Stand Your Ground law,
which is a lynching law
which is a lynching law
to justify
to justify
the murder
the murder
of black and Latinos.
of black and Latinos.
We refuse
We refuse
to accept
to accept
the new Jim Crow.
the new Jim Crow.
We refuse to accept
We refuse to accept
our children being killed.
our children being killed.
Back in the day,
Back in the day,
it was the KKK.
it was the KKK.
Now it's today,
Now it's today,
the
the
NYPD,
NYPD,
or the Houston PD,
or the Houston PD,
or the Sanford PD,
or the Stanford PD,
or the LAPD.
or the LAPD.
Let's be real.
Let's be real.
All of our children,
All our children,
black and brown,
black and brown,
have a death sentence
have destinies
hanging over them
hanging over them.
every time they walk out the door,
Every time they walk out the door,
which may or may not
which may or may not
be executed.
be executed.
What kind of world is this?
What kind of world is this?
Where our children
Where our children
can't even walk out the door
can't even walk out the door
without us being afraid
without us being afraid.
that some racist vigilante
Some racist vigilante
or some fucking cop
or some fucking cop
is gonna shoot him down.
is going to shoot him down.
Now in the mass incarceration network, we initiated the campaign of nonviolent mass civil disobedience
mass civil disobedience
in the autumn of 2011
in the autumn of 2011
to stop, stop, and frisk
to stop, and frisk
in Brooklyn,
in Brooklyn,
Manhattan,
Harlem,
and Queens.
and Queens.
Over 80 people
Over 80 people
put their bodies on the line
put their bodies on the line
to stop, stop, and frisk
to stop, and frisk
and to ignite
and to ignite
this whole movement.
this whole movement.
All kinds of people were involved.
All kinds of people are involved.
People from the religious community got arrested.
People from the religious community got arrested.
Cornell West,
Cornell West,
Father Luis Barrios,
Father Luis Barrios,
Father Earl Cooper Camp,
Father Earl Cooper Camp,
Reverend Stephen Phelps from Riverside.
Reverend Stephen Phelps from Riverside.
Occupy was in the house.
Occupy was in the house.
A lot of young white people
A lot of young white people
from Occupy,
from Occupy
who all their life
all their life
were not the target of these racist cops.
We're not the target of these racist cops.
But they did not want to live in a world
But they did not want to live in a world
where black and Latinos
where black and Latinos
stopped and frisked
are stopped and frisked
and murdered like Ramarley Graham.
and murdered like Ramarley Graham.
I say,
How long?
how long? Must we endure this?
Must we endure this?
As I said, we have a lot of people in this movement.
As I said, we have a lot of people in this movement.
I myself
I myself
am a revolutionary communist.
am a revolutionary
And
communist.
I gotta say,
And I gotta say,
how long?
how long?
Back Back in 1977.
Back in 1977.
36 years ago.
36 years
In
ago.
my hometown of Houston, Texas.
In my hometown of Houston, Texas.
6 cops arrested a young Chicano.
6 cops arrested a young Chicano.
An Army veteran.
An Army veteran.
Beat him half to death.
Beat him half to death.
Threw him in Buffalo Bayou.
Threw him in Buffalo Bayou.
And said, let's see if this wetback can swim.
And said, let's see if this wetback can swim.
Oh, no, he did
In 1998.
In Jasper, Texas.
In Jasper, Texas.
3 good old boys.
3 good old boys.
Beat
Beat
James Byrd.
James Byrd.
Took chains.
Took chains.
Tied him up.
Tied him up.
To the back of a pickup.
To the back of a pickup.
Drug him.
Drug him.
Till his head fell off.
Till his head fell off. Goodness.
Here we are.
And here we are.
2012 last year.
In 2012 last year.
Trayvon Martin.
Trayvon Martin.
Another lynching.
Another lynching.
I ask again.
I ask again. How long? How long?
It's gonna take a revolution.
It's gonna take a revolution.
Nothing less.
Nothing less.
To put an end to this madness.
To put an end to this
I
madness.
am goddamn tired.
I am goddamn tired.
Protesting.
Of protesting.
Of hollering.
Of hollering.
Of carrying signs.
Of carrying signs.
Year after year.
Year after year.
They keep killing our children.
They keep killing our children.
Again I say.
Again I say.
Revolution, nothing less.
Revolution, nothing less.
I want to open this up
I want to open this up.
for some other speakers to come up.
For some other speakers to come up.
I'm fired up.
I'm fired up.
Won't take no more.
Take no more.
I'm fired up.
I'm fired up.
Won't take no more.
Take no more.
Mic check.
Mic check.
Mic check.
Mic check.
At this point,
At this point,
I want to introduce
I want to introduce
one of the co-founders
one of the co-founders
of the Stop Mass Incarceration Network,
of the Stop Mass Incarceration Network,
who along with Cornel West
who along with Cornel West
initiated this whole struggle.
initiated this whole struggle.
Carl Dix,
Carl Dix,
a representative
a representative
of the Revolutionary Communist Party.
of the Revolutionary Communist Party.
We are doing something very important today.
We are taking to the streets.
We are taking to the streets.
Some of us are rocking our hoodies.
Some of us are That's right.
We are doing this
We are doing this.
because we remember Trayvon.
That's right. Because we remember Trayvon.
And because we know
And because we know
the only reason
the only reason
that Trayvon's murderer
that Trayvon's murderer
faces trial today
faces trial today
is because people like us
is because people like us
all across the country
all across the country
responded to the call
responded to the call
from Trayvon's parents
from Trayvon's parents
to demand justice in this case.
to demand justice in this case.
This system
This system
had already worked
has already worked
the way that it always works in cases like this.
the way it always works in cases like this.
When the cops let Zimmerman go,
When the cops let Zimmerman go,
it was our action
it was our action
that made him step back,
that made him step back,
arrest the killer,
arrest the killer,
and put him on trial.
and put him on trial.
If we want to see justice in this case,
If we want to see justice in this case,
it is up to us to act for
it
it,
is up to us to ask for it,
to demand it,
to demand it,
to say no more.
to say no more,
No more to the racist killings of our youth.
no more to the racist killings of our youth,
Whether that's by police
whether that's by police
or racist vigilantes.
or racist vigilantes.
But we have to go beyond that, sisters and brothers.
We have to go beyond that, sisters and brothers.
That sign up there.
That sign up there.
Mass incarceration plus silence
Mass incarceration plus silence
equals genocide.
equals genocide.
I say that
I say that
because that is what's going on
because that is what's going on
for tens of millions of people in this country.
for tens of millions of people in this country.
Blacks and Latinos especially.
Blacks and Latinos especially.
People who have no legitimate way
People who have no legitimate way
to survive, because the jobs have been sent halfway around the world, where they can find people that they can work harder, in more dangerous conditions, and pay less. That lines the pockets of some rich capitalists. But leave our youth with no way to survive. Our youth also face an educational system that's geared to fail them. Our youth did not cause that. Their parents did not cause that. This system caused that. We have to say we will accept this. No longer. No more of this. And we have to mean it. We have to not only come out today on the anniversary. We have to be active. Year round around these horrors. We have to stand up. And we have to say no more. And it is very important. As we stand up. To get it. Where do these things come from? I have said a few words about that today. But if you are somebody who's disturbed at these horrors that this system perpetrates, not just the police brutality and police murder, but the violence against women too. The wars for empire. The long distance death from their drone missile attacks. There is an important way that you can dig into all of this. To get it, where does it come from? And what needs to be done about it? There's an important film premiering. On March 16th. BA Speaks, Revolution, Nothing Less. I urge you to be there. I urge you to get information on it. And to spread that to others. And bring some of them with you. This may change your life. So again, sisters and brothers. It is important that we act today. Whatever perspective you come from. Whether you share my understanding. That it'll take revolution and nothing less. Whether you're compelled by your religious principles, or you just don't want to stand by, and watch this goddamn injustice, go down again and again. We have stood up today. We're going to march today. And we got to keep acting. Like Travis said, get connected with the Stop Mass Incarceration Network. It has plans to continue fighting these horrors. And it needs your involvement to do that. We are all still Trayvon. Thank you, sisters and brothers.
We don't need you here today.
NYPD, go away. We don't need you here today.
NYPD, go away.
We don't need you here today. NYPD, go away. We don't need you here today. NYPD.
Mic check. Before the end of the day. Come by this table.
Come by this table.
Get involved.
Right here.
Right there.
Network.
Incarceration Network.
Give us a way.
Give us a way.
To contact you.
Contact you.
And very important.
Very important.
This Monday.
This Monday.
7 p.m.
7 p.m.
Riverside Church.
Riverside Church.
120th in Claremont.
120th Claremont.
The Stop Mass Incarceration Network.
The Stop Mass
Incarceration
We'll
Network.
have a meeting.
Have a meeting.
You are needed.
You are needed.
You are requested.
You are requested.
You are demanded.
You are
To
demanded.
be there.
To be there.
Get involved.
Get involved.
Build this movement.
And set this movement.
Stop mass incarceration.
Stop
mass incarceration.
Because we refuse
We refuse
to live in a world
to live in a world
that warehouses our children
that
warehouses our
in
children
prison.
in prison.
Not a goddamn thing.
and not a goddamn thing.
Because they're black or Latino.
That they're black and Latino.
Now I gotta repeat.
Repeat.
A little over an hour.
A little over an hour.
Parents of Trayvon Martin
The parents of Trayvon Martin
will be here
will be here
to have a vigil.
to have a vigil.
This is very important.
This is very important.
At the same time,
At the same
we
time,
want to do a march
We want to do a march
down 14th Street
down 14th Street
to 5th Avenue,
to 5th Avenue,
up 5th Avenue,
up 5th Avenue,
23rd Street,
23rd Street,
over to Broadway,
over to Broadway,
and back here
and back here
by 6 p.m.
by 6 p.m.
for the vigil.
for the vigil.
I gotta ask,
I gotta ask,
are people down?
Our people down.
Now, before we march,
We march.
everybody needs to grab a poster.
To grab a poster.
One of these posters.
One of those
Either
posters.
one.
Either one.
Trayvon Martin.
Trayvon Martin.
So everybody knows
So everybody knows
why we're marching.
why we're marching.
We also have flyers
We also have flyers
about today
about today
to wear our hoodies,
to wear our hoodies,
to show our outrage.
to show our outrage.
So people on the street
So people on the street
know why we're marching.
know why we're marching.
So very soon,
So very soon
we should march.
we should march.
But first of all, please come over to the table
Please come over to the table
and grab a poster.
and grab a poster.
In 5 minutes,
In 5 minutes,
we're gonna march.
we're gonna march.
So please get your poster.
Please get your posters.
And we're gonna come back here.
We're back here.
Mic check.
Mic check.
So don't forget,
Don't forget,
we'll be back here
we'll be back here
by 6 p.m.
by 6 p.m.
to welcome
to welcome
Trayvon Martin's parents.
Trayvon Martin's parents.
We are all
we are all
still Trayvon.
Still Trayvon.
We are all
We are all
still Trayvon.
still Trayvon.
We are all
We are all
still Trayvon.
still Trayvon. We are all
still Trayvon.
still Trayvon.
Still Trayvon.
Still Trayvon. We're all
Still Trayvon.
still Trayvon.
We are.
Mic
We are all.
check.
Mic check.
We are all
We are all
still Troy Davis.
still Troy
We
Davis.
are all
We are all
still Troy Davis.
still Troy Davis.
We are all
We are all
still Ramarley Graham.
still Marley Graham.
We are all
We are all
still Ramarley Graham.
still Marley Graham.
We are all
We are all
still Sean Bell.
still Sean Bell.
We are all
We are all
still Sean Bell.
still Sean Bell.
We are all
We are all
still Ronaldo Cuevas.
still Ronaldo Cuevas.
We are all
We are all
still Ronaldo Cuevas.
still Ronaldo Cuevas.
We are all
We are all
everybody murdered
everybody murdered
by the police
by the police
and these racist vigilantes.
and these racist vigilantes.
So one more time,
One more time.
come get your poster.
Come get your
And
poster.
then let's march, goddammit.
Let's march, goddammit.
I wear my hoodie,
I wear my hoodie,
my pants down low,
my pants down low.
NYPD.
NYPD,
Keep your hands off me.
keep your hands off me.
I wear my hoodie,
I wear my hoodie,
my pants down low,
my pants down low.
NYPD.
NYPD,
Keep your hands off me.
keep your hands off me.
I wear my hoodie,
I wear my hoodie,
my pants down low,
Give us backup benches, bitch. This ball used to be empty. We just struck out.
We pinky promise.
We all have choices here.
We pinky promise that we'll.
You're outraged about these actions against the Latino youth and you gotta keep it cards.
The Gestapo also only informed you they had to inform.
Yeah, I remember him. I remember him from Wall Street. Yeah. Trinity and right there on Wall Street in front of the
Don't be that guy!
Don't be that guy!
Don't be that guy!
Don't be that guy!
Hey guys, remember that time they were like trying to arrest a cord?
Yeah, right?
All right, now.
Oh yeah, right now.
Let's get marching. Let's start marching over there. Everybody line up here. Come back here.
I don't know if I want